We got mail. What can it be? I know, you probably read the title of this video. You know what it is. Let's get into it. Ooh. With every hardback, you have to check what's underneath. Ooh. Oh, it's quite similar to this. How fun. Before we get into this, let me specify. A lot of people, when I said new Quran, when I had this Quran arrive around 5 months ago, possibly, said that there's no new Quran, there's one Quran. We're all in agreement here. In English, new can be used to refer to something recently acquired. Not that it's new into the existence, just that it's been obtained by yourself. So that's why I'm using the word new. It's new to me. English, a funny language, because yes, at each point, each of these Qurans were new to me. They were recently acquired. Not that they're all different. Well, they are different because they're all different translations. Right, there's a new translation of the Quran that has come out, which is a verse translation by M.A.R. Habib. Oh, sorry, and Bruce B. Lawrence. I didn't see the second name then. I thought that was the publisher. Told about this by a lot of people over on Instagram of have I seen that there's a new Quran translation. And I'm interested because the first Quran I obtained was the M.A.S. Halim edition, the Oxford World Classics. And there's like zero notes in this. It's just like a pure translation. And I found I wanted some structure to go with my reading and possibly the Arabic script. Therefore, I then obtained the plain English translation by Musharraf Hussain, which does have the Arabic script and gives you a nice little breakdown in paragraphs of what is to be discussed, which makes reading the Quran for the first time a bit easier. You kind of know like what's going to happen. To crudely put it, Arabic as a whole is just squiggles on a page to me. I can't read Arabic. I don't know Arabic. I don't know any Arabic. So I have to focus on the English. And so when people said there is a new translation, the verse translation, I thought, should I research into this? No, I added it into my basket and it arrived the next day by Amazon. Okay. As you've seen, I've just opened it, so I have no idea what's inside. So there's no Arabic script, but it is set out in the verses. So you're reading it like a newspaper. I suppose it makes for easier reading. Do you know, I'm going to see what the opening, how they translate the opening. Surah 1. What's the big difference? Let's go in chronological order, which I obtained these English translations. We'll start with the Oxford English version. In the name of God, the Lord of mercy, the giver of mercy. Praise belongs to God, Lord of all words. The Lord of mercy, the giver of mercy. Master of the day of judgment. It is you we worship. It is you we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those you have blessed, those who incur no anger, and those have not gone astray. I really like this translation. I think this is the one I normally default to. Okay, so then we have the Majestic Quran, which goes... Actually, one thing to mention about this Quran is it reads differently in how it's structured. So like a manga book, you have to read this, like, to me, I read this backwards, which is, it's not frustrating, but I always want to pick it up from the back, which is my front. Does that make sense? So the opening in this Quran is, in the name of Allah, the kind, the caring. All praises are for Allah, the Lord of the world, the kind, the caring, the master of judgment day. We worship you alone, and from you alone we seek help. Guide us on the straight path, the path of those you favoured, not those who are condemned, nor the misguided ones. Personally, while I enjoy how this is structured, and that it gives you a heads up of what you're about to read, I find the reading of this translation a little bit clunky at times, and there's a lot of footnotes that say, like, literally this is what the word means, and therefore the translator has tried to make it as clear as possible. I don't own a copy, but in mosques, all the mosques that I've got, if you are to pick up an English translation of the Quran, there's always this version, the clear Quran, which every revert seems to own, bar me. This Quran, does it emphasize? I'll see if I can borrow one from a mosque, and I'll do a video on it. I think it emphasizes the clarity rather than the meaning. I hope that makes sense. It's very simplified. It's a very simplified version, which again, for me, this version works best for me. I'm not saying that they all have different audiences, they all have different reasons, but for me, the Oxford World Classics is the one I normally default to. But we'll see what the Quran verse and translation is like, the new translation. It is an introduction. There's a whole chapter about the translation, which I will read. But again, you've just seen me pick this up. I have no idea. I suppose if it's a verse translation, there's going to be a somewhat poetic notion to it. And is it going to emphasize the poetic, the rhythm of the Quran over the translation? I don't know the rhythmic qualities to Quranic Arabic. I don't know. Let's keep an open mind. Let's just find the opening and see how it's been translated. I must say, it's very nice on a page. In the name of God, the all-merciful, ever-merciful. All praise be to God, Lord of the universe, the all-merciful, ever-merciful, ruler of the day of reckoning. You alone we worship, and you alone we implore for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those whom you have favoured, not of those who have incurred your wrath, nor of those who have gone astray. Okay, the way that it's broken down makes it very easy to read, and because it's an English translation and the rhythm of English, that feels very easy to read. And how it breaks, that's very easy to read. They are different. This version has 10 less words than this. That doesn't seem like that's quite a lot. That's a big difference. I'm very much looking forward to read this. And we will end it with the surah on the back. Surah 24, Light, Al-Nur. God is the light of the heavens and of the earth. His light is a parable of a niche which holds a lamp, the lamp enclosed in the glass which glows like a gleaming star, lit from an olive tree blessed, whose soil is neither east nor west. Its very oil would shine forth, though untouched by fire, light upon light. It's very decadent to read. It feels very nice on the tongue. What an interesting translation. What an interesting translation.